The 4th of October 1776, the Congress Naval Committee have ordered a series of raids to the northern coast up to Nova Scotia. Our aim is to force the British naval patrols to spread in a wider area. Your mission is to attack this strategic fort. The British keep good supplies for their navy and a strong garrison to protect them, but we have valuable information from the local patriots. Every year on October 17th, local festivities take part in a nearby town, and the British soldiers are the best guests. Pick your best men and commence a land attack in the early hours of the 18th, keeping your ship distant and unseen. If approached quietly, the fort will be almost found defenseless. Disable the coastal battery so your ship can approach. Defend the expected counterattack of the alerted British coming from the town. After the battle is over, we can load all the supplies and leave the area. So we're going to take our 4 transport ships, the same crew that fought in the last mission. Just topped up the reinforcements, and we'll bring in the flagship 3rd rates. We have 2 of them now and a 4th rate. So all the transports, we have 2 infantry transports and 2 landing assistance transports. We've got artillery and supplies, and we'll bring in the 3rd rates and the USS Redeemer. They will come later, apparently. Captain, our scouts confirmed that almost the entire British garrison spent the night in the town. We can advance quietly towards the fort. It looks like only 2 infantry units and some coastal batteries are stationed here. If we approach without alerting the British, then it will be an easy fight. We must move quietly and carefully. If we approach too close to the town, then the British will be alerted and we are in trouble. Good luck, Captain. Right, let's form up the fighters. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units of Fusiliers. One of them is a rear guard. We don't have any sailors or marines on the field. It's just our infantry contingent. They will come later in the ships. And I'm not sure, like, that's a good little peninsula. Maybe I should just set up the 3rd rates to bombard the British as they try to take back the fort. That would seem like a better use of their talents. We're going to peel up our infantry units. They have a bit of an amalgam of weaponry at the moment, because my ships currently have the best weaponry in their crews. So these guys have got a bit of mix of sea service 38s, land service 38s, spike bayonets, sword bayonets. The rear guard have our Ferguson rifles, but they are obscenely expensive. Very expensive to field, and not many available. So we can only afford to have 100, and that's okay because that's all that the Minerva, the former Minerva, the old Terror now, can carry. We've got 3 units of artillery, 2 cannon, and 1 mortar system, as well as supplies in abundance. We'll be able to shoot for the entire morning. We're going to send up a contingent of infantry. Then I was thinking of setting up a line of artillery and just ambushing the British as they're going to the fort. So we have more than enough ammo to shoot at them all morning. It is 5 AM. It said we had to attack on the morning of the 18th of October, and it's the 4th. We're a little bit early. 14 days early. Just an oversight, perhaps. Right, the fort should be lightly defended, so we'll use 4 units to take it. And we'll have 2 units as sort of a rear guard for that force. And they can watch the approach from the town. Our artillery is going to take a while to get where it's going to go. Sending supplies with the infantry force, but again, that's going to take forever to get there. I do wish we could use horse and cart. But you can only capture those. Just trying to set up the pattern on how I want them to fight, but it's going to take forever to get there. Maybe I should hold off on the attack. But maybe if I wait too long, the British will just come back with a hangover from their party. I do wonder how big the garrison is. It's not a very large fort. This might be overkill even. The last mission they had a fairly substantial defense, but it wasn't like we outnumbered them by 1,000 men. We also had the help of the French allies. Alright, let's move the artillery line up and see if we can't take the fort. Listen to the tune of Yankee Doodle. And his macaroni. Alright, so only minimal presence at the fort. Honestly, that looks like it would be the full garrison on a good day. No doubt there's cannons facing each side, so yeah, if we get up there and take the coastal batteries, when our ships come in, we'll have free fire. Look how low that terrain is. We just have to blast them into battle, and I hope that the wind is in our favor to get us there quickly. But, you know, we want to use the amount of firepower that we have at our disposal. Very American. In the British campaign, I've mentioned before, I used nearly exclusively line infantry and a unit of mortars to do what I had to do. It was a meat grinder, but we won. Leaning into a more balanced force this playthrough as the United States, or the fledgling United States. That'll be more than enough to seize that fort, but I just want to wait until the artillery's in a better position, and then we'll just draw a line around them and seize the day. 5:30 in the morning, and the attack is commencing. Just as light starts to fill the horizon. Good time to fight. They do have the benefit of cover. It looks like it's pretty damaged though. Or it's just not effective cover. They also have elevation. All those rounds, 2 men died. 4 men died.
Double quick!
I'm not sure if it was true, but I have seen a video that says that a lot of men of this era just fired over the heads of each other anyway.
Double quick!
And that's why they needed so many muskets to fire at once, just to hit anything. But I am not a firearms expert. I mean, the size of the musket ball, I'm sure you have to lob them. Alright, we're running up the hill to charge. 600, 900 men charging up the hill to seize that one position. The other Fusiliers are being melted by the closer range fire. Let's charge up. And they're routing. Sheer numbers win the day there. The artillery crew are just casually standing by, looking out at the glorious dawn. Silly boys. Set up a firing line behind them. Supply wagon will make it. Artillery crews almost in position. Got our rear guard there. We've secured the fort. Now the guys have come off their guns, realizing something's afoot. And they're running. Just charge them so we can capture them. I just ordered the surrendered Fusiliers to charge their compatriots.
Fire! Charge!
Alright, nice easy fight. We've captured the ammunition here. The artillery crew is, one of them surrendered. One's escaping outside the compound. Supply wagon will make it there, but we don't really need it. We can top it up though. Keep it full. The artillery line is ready for ambush if anything comes. One more minute, and the fort's ours. There we go. A lot of troops here. Let's get them out of the fort, maybe. Or on the walls. Get one unit on the walls to defend against that artillery crew coming back. The fort is now in our hands, but it is no time for delay. The British will soon show up from the town to attack in spite of their hangovers. Signalled our ships and they shall approach presently. I can already spot a unit of grenadiers, 300 men running down the street. Still putting on their uniforms. I don't know why they weren't wearing them, but they weren't. Our Fusiliers up on the ridge. We have 2 more units here to defend the artillery. I don't really know how big the British force is going to be, so I don't want to expose myself too soon. It's pretty substantial. 600 men. Whoops. 1,000 men running down that road. Yeah, let's set up on the fort. That's a big party. That was a big party, guys. The town doesn't even look like it could accommodate that many people. Still more emerging from the mist. Artillery crews hiding right on the point. Our ships, no sign of our ships yet. We have to hold the fort for an hour, I think. And we have 2 hours until the mission's over. So the ships are going to arrive in the last hour. Our artillery line is riding up towards the edge of the tree line. And we're going to get ready to... Oh, look at all the artillery there. That's a lot of artillery. Let's get that stuff under fire before it can set up, while it's still in a big blob of men. Move the Fusiliers forward. We might even be able to capture that artillery behind and then just start blasting them from behind when they meet with our troops on the fort. We can take these guys. Let's do it. Infantry forward. We're going to take that artillery. Well, they know we're there now. Guns are turning around to face us. Got them under fire. 2 units of artillery versus their 3. Mine are max size though. I think we have 8 guns a unit. Got our other rearguard unit there. Can engage. That's a big ask of them to take on that many men though. We have elevation and cover to retreat to. But it will draw the aggro so we can charge in and destroy this artillery. And we'll change the artillery's targets to this blob of men here. Oh, fantastic. We'll be able to take the artillery out before it even starts to be a concern. First wave of infantry have arrived at the fort. We're on the fortifications. We have a couple of lines set up. We have a supply wagon in the town. Got a rear guard here. We need to keep them close to the artillery in case of ambush. Our flanking maneuver has uncovered, 3 or 4 artillery units. A lone unit of Fusiliers on the hill holding off the advance while the artillery line just gets absolutely wiped. So let's capture all of this artillery and just open fire with it. Oh, this is great. This is going way better than I could have imagined. Uh-oh. Fusiliers are coming back now. They've realised something's gone wrong. Get that mortar in there. We need that cannon to be talking. The Fusiliers need to press forward, I think. Alright, we got 2 of the cannon men. We need to try and form up our guys into lines again, but that charge has really messed up their cohesion. With the assistance of cannon on all sides, we should be able to hold this fight. Fusiliers have broken. They're pinned on all edges. They're not even going to get to fight us at the fort. Uh-oh, we got some militia coming in from the north. The only militia. Oh no, there's grenadiers there too. Holy shit. There's more forces coming. Turn the cannon and the infantry around. We're gonna have to move some reinforcements up. That flanking force is at extreme danger. Holy moly. We've got another 1,000 men marching down the road. Okay, this is concerning. That's a lot of men, and we're pinned on both sides. The cannon needs to get to work. Shock the morale. Look at all those grenadiers, and with our poor rearguard unit, there's only 100 men. They've all got Ferguson rifles, so they've got the best equipment we can field. But what are they going to do against 1,000 men? These guys in here are in big trouble. We're about to lose those cannon that we captured. I've got nowhere to put my Fusiliers. They're pinned in. They're in big trouble. Sorry guys, that was my bad. No guts, no glory. The rearguard are holding strong against the militia. We have to turn the mortars and the artillery to face the closer threats so we don't lose those. And it looks like our artillery has shattered. All the Fusiliers have shattered. Bugger. Oh, our unit managed to get away from the fighting. There's still 200 men. They're routing. Well, we've got 300 sailors there on the beach, sneaking around the edge. Where did they come from? They're about to be brutalized by the Trident. Instantly routing. Not realizing there was a ship behind them with 68 gun aboard. Oh, the mortars are in big trouble. Our rearguard is nowhere near big enough to deal with that. The cannon and the rearguard managed to hold off a 300 man unit of militia. They're routing, fortunately. One of the grenadier units is routing. The sailors are routing, getting smashed by the Trident against the shore. Oh, the Triumphant too, our new ship of the line, is also there. Same armament. This unit of Fusiliers is in big shit. We need to form up a proper line and try and get them some support. Oh, the artillery is priceless at breaking morale. Grenadiers coming in on the rear guard. Valiant effort. They're going to have to hold on. That's 250 of the King's finest men. Alright, our ships are in bombardment range. We can offer some fire support to this Fusilier unit. There is a high risk of friendly fire. But the Continental Navy is doing its first fire support mission. Things are bound to go wrong. Oh, trying to weave those shells between. Oh, the rear guard are still holding strong in company with the artillery crew. Turning up speed because I want to see these guys get just decimated in real time. We've got a strong line. Unfortunately, our Fusilier, one of them got destroyed or captured, I think. One unit made it out. So that flanking force, they did a lot of work. They neutralized the enemy cannon. So we didn't have to suffer the fate that these guys are suffering. But look at this. Look how close they're getting to our mortar line. And then our 6 and 8 pounder gun, we have one of each. One unit of each. Just lighting them up when they get close. We're holding the peninsula just fine. Fusiliers have run out of ammo. Those guys holding on the hill for that long. Yeah, I'm having a much better time than I did trying to just brute force it with the infantry. Much better time. That artillery is just so effective at breaking morale. Uh-oh, we've got grenadiers coming up the rear. I've just put it on super speed because we have only 50 minutes left. The rear guard is whittled down to 29 men, but they are standing strong. They haven't moved off their hill. Although the battlefield has descended into somewhat chaotic order. There's no order anymore. Everyone's... As soon as someone rallies up, they just get blasted by cannon. And it's just too late. Our supply wagon's just constantly feeding the guns. The other supply wagon's still full. So we need more ammo over this side. Got grenadiers. Mortars are getting charged by grenadiers. Get that gun. Fire them. Alright, we're out of supplies there now. We still have half an hour left. We're not even fighting for the fort anymore. We're fighting for the entire peninsula. If we can get them off the peninsula, then we can concentrate on getting them away. They're slightly out of range of our ships now. So we need to stop sails. Extend the range. Yeah, I think we got this in the bag. We took more casualties, and that artillery crew is just holding the line. We've lost 50 men, lost a few guns. We've got to get some more support up. I've just lost all semblance of tactics. We've had a wounded officer. Kind of rushed the end of this mission, but that's okay. I felt like I had the momentum, and just the way that they don't actually break is extending the fight. Let's drop our Marines anyway. We might need some extra help. Look how skilled they are. All max veterancy. These guys are new. Oh, the artillery crew is being surrounded. We're trying to pull them back. To speed up time again. If we can get the artillery crew back. Oh, the mortars just took a battering. We abandon the guns. Once we win the battle, we'll be able to collect them again. But we abandon the supplies and the guns. Keep the crew alive. So yeah, the British are holding on till the bitter end. Oh, they're behind our lines big time. There's a supply wagon there. Alright, it's over. Bye. That wasn't my proudest moment. We lost 1,311 men. They lost 2,400 plus 83 missing in action. So that was still a victory. Decisive victory. We lost one officer, one wounded. And an absolute plethora of weapons collected from the enemy. 500 something rifles. Another successful land operation. It wasn't my finest hour. We did have a few casualties. And that was because I got a bit lazy with the micromanagement. Been playing the game for a little while this session. I might call it a night tonight. Anyway, if you're enjoying the series, make sure you've hit the like button, hit subscribe. We have a few more years left in the campaign. I believe we're just getting started with the big fights, to be honest. Stick around because I have a feeling our third rates are going to be put to the test. I'm Commander Tyrael. This is Ultimate Admiral's Age of Sail.